So I primarily want to touch on two types of retirement plans that are typically offered through your employer. And so those two types of retirement plans are typically going to be defined contribution plans and defined benefit plans. So the first one, defined contribution plans, those are employee funded. So typically that means that I myself as an employee, I'm putting the money into the plan in order to save for retirement. So the most popular type of defined contribution plan is a 401k plan. So with the defined contribution plan, typically the only criteria that you have to meet is you're employed. Some plans may have like an age requirement, but most plans, if you are an employee of the company, typically you already are qualified to participate. Now, some defined contribution plans or 401k plans will automatically enroll you into the plan. This means as an employee, you don't have to opt into saving. They will automatically opt you in and assume you want to participate. And typically when they automatically opt you in, they'll start you at a very low deferral rate of like 3%. So what that means is 3% of your paycheck, every single pay period, is going to go towards retirement. So I would recommend that you defer the maximum percentage so that you can get your full employer matching contribution. So the way it typically works is an employer will say, hey, we'll match 50% of all of your contributions up to a max of, let's just say, 5% of your total pay. So if I'm making $100,000 a year, 5% of $100,000 is $5,000. And so my company would match up to $5,000. And so in order to get that full match, using the example that I just gave, I myself would have to contribute at least $10,000, because if they're matching 50%, they're going to give $5,000, which is half of that $10,000, up to 5% of my pay. So a lot of people will sleep on this and they'll contribute less than their employer's max, and you're essentially just leaving free money on the table. So a lot of HR professionals or HR departments, even your actual 401k plan or service provider, they'll help you figure out the best way to maximize your contributions so that you can get that full employer match. One thing to really note is so many different employers offer 401k plans, and sometimes employers don't do the best job of providing you with an overview of all of your benefits. So it's very, very important that you talk to your HR department, talk to your payroll department to really understand what benefits that you're entitled to, so that you can make sure you start contributing as early as you can and you're contributing the maximum amount so that you aren't leaving any money on the table. Now, when I was in college, I actually didn't realize that as an employee of the university, I was actually eligible to contribute to their equivalent of a 401k plan. So just a little tax code, if you're working for a nonprofit or like a school, university, those are typically called 403B plans, but they operate pretty similarly. And so if you are a college student right now and you're an employee of your university, definitely check to see if you're eligible to contribute to your 403B plan, because even as a college student, I highly recommend you get started as soon as you can. It is never too early to start saving for retirement. It's also never too late to start saving for retirement. So if you're a little bit older, more seasoned, more further into your career, don't be afraid if you've not started yet. The objective is to start as soon as possible and to become more and more aggressive with your saving for retirement as you grow into your career.